We all know how important it is to network and make connections. We've all heard about the phrase, your network is your net worth. But nobody really tells us how to do it effectively or what's the science behind making connections. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to change how you think about your network and networking. I'm going to share some experiences, personal lessons that I've learned, and I want to help you build your social capital. My name is Reza V. I'm founder of a company called Ovou. We're a tech startup based here in Vancouver. Our product is a smart business card that helps you make better connections. You should all have received one in your goodie bag. If you want to learn how to make the most out of it, make sure you attend the workshop during the lunchtime here on the stage, or come during the break at our booth, and we're going to do mini educational series on how to make the most out of it. I launched the company by attending 100 networking events in 100 days. I did a networking marathon, and it gave us a momentum when we launched a couple of years ago. Fast forward, we've helped over 100,000 professionals make over 5 million connections. And I've had the privilege of being on the TEDx stage, sharing my experiences, as well as talking about social capital. And I want to share it with you today. What is social capital? Can somebody raise their hand if they know what social capital is or they've heard about social capital? Okay, awesome, a few people. Let's break it down. Social means socializing. Capital, anything that gives its owner value or advantage. There are 3 types of capital that you all have, whether you know it or not. Number 1, financial capital. This is your boats, your cars, your house, your stocks, all the financial assets that you have. Human capital, this is your knowledge, your skills, your experiences, your degree, your certificates. And of course, your social capital is your network, your connections, your contacts. According to Dr. Mask, social capital is the positive value derived from your connections or connections between people. In other words, you can think about it as the hidden value in your network. Relationships, trust, reputation. Now, these 3 types of capital work hand in hand. If you just have financial capital, that means you have money, but no knowledge. Soon you'll lose that money. If you acquire the knowledge, then you don't have connections. Well, you're not introduced to the opportunities. So you need all 3 of them. In fact, social capital is like a multiplier. It's like pouring gasoline on the fire. That's where you amplify everything that you're doing right now. So let me help you audit your network right now. When you look at your current network, think about it as aggregating all these resources in your network. Financial capital, human capital, social capital that exists in your network. Put it in a pile. It's a giant pile of resources. How much you have access to that pile is your social capital. It's a quality versus quantity game. If you have a giant pile and you don't have access to it, it doesn't matter. If you have a tiny pile but you have big access to that, then that might be a great thing. So a couple of questions you want to ask yourself. Who is in your network? How strong are my relationships? How big is my network? And the same way that a business that sells 5 customers, they sell $200,000 items, they make $1 million. Or a coffee shop that sells $5 coffee to 200,000 people, they both make $1 million, right? So it doesn't matter which way, there's no right or wrong way. You can have a small and strong network of people, or you can have a giant one. Skip. Here are 5 lessons I want to share with you. Number 1, out of sight, out of mind. You're not out there, people don't remember you. You need to put yourself out there, both physically, offline, like this, at this event, and online as well. And you want to keep it consistent. There shouldn't be any difference between your online persona. Don't change in front of camera. Just be the same person. You want to be out there and be present. Lesson number 2, people connect with who you are, not what you do. When I did the 100 networking events, one of the main things that I noticed was that people are hiding behind their job titles, as if their job title is their identity. And yet, everybody's thirsty to meet the person. Humans are like onions. You've got to peel the layers one by one. So let your curiosity lead the conversation. So next time you meet somebody at an event like this, don't say, what do you do for a living? Say, what are you most excited about this year? What brings you to this event? What have you done recently that you are proud of? Get to know the person. Lesson number 3, you can't be boring. We all know we have the attention, the humans have the attention of less than a goldfish. And you can't, because of that, you can't just show up to an event, low energy, plant in a corner, and just talk to the same people over and over. Can't do that. You've got to engage actively. Every here and there, walk around the room, talk to some strangers, push yourself to at least meet 5 new people. And if you don't get anxiety meeting a new stranger, there's something wrong with you. We all do. This is a human nature in us that we get a little bit anxious talking to a new stranger. That's normal. Lesson number 4, transactional networking kills your social capital. Let me tell you a secret. Every single person in this room can smell if somebody wants to sell to them. We just feel it. It's something primal in us that the moment somebody wants to sell to us, our guards go up. In fact, both during the 100 events that I met over 1,000 people and hundreds of people that I've interviewed because of my company, our Ovou cards, the number one thing people hate about networking, being sold to. People hate it. People hate to go to a networking event just to find out that people are coming to sell to them. So don't be that person. Instead, give, and give some more, then ask. Social capital, your network is like a deposit box. You've got a deposit value before you withdraw from it. Lesson number 5, connections need nurturing. A lot of people just show up at an event, shake some hands, say hi to someone, maybe exchange contact, and they say, I made connections. It's not how it works. It takes time and follow up, and you've got to meet the person multiple times and build that, nurture that connection. So here's a little trick you can use. If the conversation goes really well, plan the follow-up meeting right there and there. Book it on the calendar, have the Zoom call or the coffee meeting right there while the iron is hot. And you're not supposed to connect with every single person that you meet, but if you have a good conversation, then take advantage of it. I'm going to leave you with this. You could be one introduction away from a major breakthrough. For most people, if you look at their success journey, there was one person in their career. You don't know where you're going to meet that person. You don't know when that's going to happen. All you can do is just show up and be prepared. That can change your life. Steve Ballmer was in Harvard, and there was this kid called Bill, and he just went and talked to him. There were a lot of people in that college, but Steve was the guy who talked to him. And later on, he became even more, at some point, he surpassed Bill Gates in terms of the billionaire list. Same with, I forgot the name of this guy, but the person who rented the servers to Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg wanted money for renting servers. This kid talked to him and gave him $10,000. Later on, he became $10 billion net worth. And then because of just going and talking to people. So you'll be surprised the opportunities that open up by just talking to a bunch of strangers. And man, one introduction can change everything about your career. My name is Reza V. You can get a hold of me. That's my Ovou. You can scan it. If you exchange contact with me and put BUILD24 in the notes, you'll automatically get the PDF of this talk. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I'm also at the booth if you want to come talk to me. Thank you.